Yeah, I wanted to report a charge. I don't know, it just says CPM on the bill. It was like $400. What is that? Cat people meat? Bro, no, I don't want to pay that. I'm not paying for my cat to get ass. Cancel that. Okay, thank you. Bro, I'm going live. I don't have time for this shit. What's up, everybody? How goes it? Whoo boy, we are doing it again. It's week 2. I can't believe it. We're here. My cat is trying to get ass on the internet and using my credit card. Thank you guys for coming back, man. I appreciate y'all being here. And this is week 2 of Barry on Deck. Thank you for being here. Look at that, already in the chat. I heard you're at on 97.5. Well done, Barry. Thank you, Chandler. Much appreciated. This is week 2. This is episode 6. Today, my guest on the show, you know him from The Usual Suspects. He was a Suspects favorite, actually. Jerry Rocha will be joining me in the 3 o'clock hour to hang out and just talk shit. We're going to talk everything. You guys know Jerry. He can talk sports. He can be funny. He can do whatever the hell it is. So we're going to definitely get it in. I got tons of videos. We got sports to talk about. My thoughts on The Last Dance. Art Howe is out of the hospital. MLB making some weird decisions. We'll talk about that too. But before we do, you guys know I've been giving show updates, so I do want to do a couple more show updates. And slowly, I feel like once we hit a groove, these will start to go away. But for now, they're very important, and I want to make sure that I get them in. So first and foremost, I do want to say thank you to our chat moderators. Yes, we're official. We're big time. We have chat moderators. Luis Zelaya and Jeremy Vinegar are our chat moderators. So thank you to both of those guys for volunteering to make sure you guys don't say any racist shit. Okay? I appreciate that. Also, shout out to Chris Householder. He was a suspect. He's now a deckhead. And my dude knows I've been trying to get online with the PS4 and play. And he was like, hey, here's a year code, man. Get on. And so I signed up. I got what is it, PlayStation Plus, where I can play people online. So if you guys play MLB The Show and you want some of this, especially if you're a patron, let me know over on Patreon, and we'll get in a game. I already got Eric Resendez on deck. I got Titan Hugo on deck. So if you want to play, let's get it in. Come get this ass whooping. On MLB The Show 20. Also, I do want to say thank you to Jerome Solomon for the plugs this weekend. He was kind enough to let me run an ad. It was actually his idea. I can't take any credit for it. He says, "Yo, send me a spot. Let's run it." So I appreciate that. He put the stuff on the show itself during my segment on the Houston Sports Show. So thank you to Jerome Solomon. And lastly, I do want to say shout out to my guy Gustavo over at Gooseworks Screen Printing. He gave me this shirt, and he gave it to me when I was over there dropping off the stuff for the shirt. So the Barry on Deck OG Oliver on the sleeve shirts are in the works. They're coming, I promise you. As soon as I have them in hand, I will be mailing them all out to everybody. So hang tight. That is in the works already. I think that's so the shirts have been ordered. And then real quick, I do want to update everybody on what's going on the Patreon, because it's just been unbelievable, you guys. I am so blessed to have you all in my life and supporting me. We talked about it on Friday, and it almost doubled since then. When you guys heard about it and you flocked to it, and I appreciate you so much. And I wanted to give shout outs to everybody that signed up. Now, normally I plan on doing these every Friday, but there were so many that I thought, man, I cannot wait. I cannot make these people wait to say thank you. So on Patreon, I just want to, we're going to go through these. 713 Hooligan, Aaron Little, Alan Denson, AR Platinum, my dude, thank you. Benjamin Rush, Bryant Chavira, Chris McGowan, Christopher Pelk. Thank you guys so much. Cheyenne Smith, Clarence Taylor, Crystal Collins, Drew B out in Beaumont, Greg, Jay Hizzle, Jason, Jeremy Vinegar, who is our chat mod. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you guys, all of you so much. Josh Fernandez, Josh Quartz, Katie Hearson. Also go by Penguin Katie, if you know her from the 1560 message board days. Chris Davis, my acting partner in crime. Lisa O, Maritza Oden, Matthew Carruthers, Michael Lozano, Michelle Carnes. Thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Robert Jenkins, Robert Travis, R. Silva, my buddy. Ryan Booth, Santos Martinez, who has been down since supporting the live chats. Sal Gonzalez, Steven Uzek, Lo Uzi Vert, Tyler Stamper, and Walt, my dude, my man 50 grand, Walt Walker. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you all so much for the love and support on Patreon and everywhere else. If you want to sign up, you can absolutely do that. It's patreon.com/barryondeck is the way to go. If you don't, I get it. I understand it, but I appreciate you being here and listening no matter what. Now, one more thing. If you did sign up on Patreon, the gifts are on the way here. So I've got them ordered. You can see on the left, I've got the koozies. On the right, I have the drawstring bags if you were at the huge deckhead tier. So those are all have been ordered and are ready to go. Now, once they're made, they're going to ship them to me. But I do want to say that it is going to take a minute because shipping is slower and everything is slower because of COVID. So they're telling me that I won't have all the stuff in my hands until June 1st. So once June 1st rolls around, I'm going to do my best to get all this in the mail as quickly as possible. So hang tight. If you missed this, I'll explain it to you again. But the stuff should be here first week of June and out in the mail to all you guys. And again, thank you so much, man. I love each and every one of you so much. It's just absolutely amazing the support I've been given. Okay, enough about that. I do want to say, guys, I got back on stage for the first time in forever. And it felt so good to be back at the Improv. If I wanted to point out some things, this was a really cool pick. My buddy Jesse Payton got it for me while he was at the show. But I want to give a shout out to the Houston Improv for the amazing job that they did making sure everybody was safe during this time, because they had a whole process in place. They had, like, when you got there, I couldn't even walk in. They had to take my temperature. And then they had a table full of masks for all the people that were there to watch comedy or that were on the show. If you didn't have a mask, they could provide one for you if you wanted to wear it. Then you went to the back. Every other table was spread out, so they had space in between each person. In the green room, we all had to keep a certain distance apart and wear masks. We weren't allowed to walk through the crowd to get on stage. We had to go through the back. They had multiple microphones, so every time a comic would come off stage, we'd hand the microphone to somebody and they would clean it. And then as the other comic was going on stage, they would hand them a clean microphone. So I thought that was really cool. We always had a clean one to work with. I got to stop doing that when I say microphone. That's the universal sign for microphone and something else. So that's going to be a GIF. But then, and even they even had tape on the stage at the Improv where you couldn't like cross this tape line. So I'm standing on stage and there was it almost looked like a 3-point line, but you had to stay inside of it. That way it assured that I was at least 6 feet from the tables next to the stage itself. It was so badass and so cool. But thank you to the Houston Improv for putting us on and having a show. Sold out. Now I say sold out. They can only do 25% capacity, but all 25% of the seats were sold out. So it was badass and people were ready to laugh. So to me, that was like the best sign of getting back to normal was I got to get back on stage and it felt so good. And by the way, Brandon Martinez had asked me on Twitter, he said, well, now that comedy's back, when you start traveling again, are you not going to be doing Barry on Deck? Let me tell you all right now, and I told him on Twitter, but I'm treating this as a job. I'm treating this as a show, just like I would treat the usual suspects. If I'm on the road, I still plan on doing the show on the road. Now, I may have a travel day. I may have somebody fit in, a best of. I don't know. But I plan on doing the show, Barry on Deck, from the road as well. So I'm not going anywhere. This is what I do right now. And until you guys stop watching or until they make me stop doing this shit, I'm doing Barry on Deck. And this is my weekday show. So we're doing it no matter what, even on the road. Now, I'm going to try to keep up with the chat. It's so hard. I was telling, my mom was telling me that you guys are crazy in the chat. And I was like, I know, they're wild. and I try to keep up with it, but it's this is why I appreciated having Nick and Joel, because I could read y'all's texts, and the good ones and the bad ones, and it's hard to keep up. But yeah, House Chris, we're at 2.16K, man, unbelievable. This is like blowing my mind. AR Platinum sent a bunch of his friends over. Plus, you guys are just unbelievable in your support. Shout out to Art Howe out of the hospital. That's good to hear. Wishing him a speedy recovery. And I know that we have to talk a lot about The Last Dance. I do want to get to this because this is a really good point. Titan Hugo is asking over there, did I shake any hands after the show? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I got off stage and I went to the green room and I just stayed in there until they paid us, and then I left and went home. So there was no handshakes or merchandise sold or any of that stuff. It was weird, but no, I didn't do that. We did our gig and left, so that's it. All right, Last Dance. Who watched it? How did you feel? Overall, how would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? What would you give the documentary as a whole? I think I would give it a solid 7.5. And that's probably going to ruffle a few feathers here. But, I thought a lot of it was good. I thought some of it was a waste. I felt like there was some shit I didn't need to know about, like the Dennis Rodman tangents and some of that stuff just felt, I get that it was part of it, but they spent a lot of time on Rodman and they spent a lot of time on Pippen. I just wanted them to spend time on Jordan. So maybe that was a little selfish of me, but I felt like even some of those episodes could have been more about Jordan, but whatever. Are you guys trying to get... I turned off the cuss word filter, guys. I turned off the cuss word filter, but the mods are really there just to prevent you guys from saying racist shit if you're testing. Okay, back to the... I felt like the documentary was good. These last 2 episodes were really good. I thought it'd give you some more insight into Jordan. I will say this. Are we good knowing this shit about Michael Jordan now? Are we good knowing that we knew Jordan was an asshole, but I mean more... Friday I talked about it because there was an article where his trainer had spilled the beans that it wasn't a flu game, that it was a food poisoning game. And we talked about it right here on the show on Friday. Well, then it turns out that they got that information from the documentary. That's where it was released from. So I'm glad that he came clean. I'm glad that he owned it. But what does it say about him that he has to make that stuff up? That seems kind of narcissistic or... drama queen? I mean, why do you feel the need to have to make up a bunch of lies about your legacy is already great. You don't have to make up the old good game thing. You don't have to make up the whole flu game. You don't have to make these things up. Dude, you're Michael Jordan. You were already the greatest or one of the greatest basketball players of all time. You didn't need to add stuff to it. But he did, and now that's part of his legacy. So I'm just curious does that taint it for you at all? Do you look at Jordan a little bit differently? Because I do. I know he was kind of, excuse me, but I felt like I either didn't need to know those things or I want to know more. What else was he not truthful with the public about? What else did he make up? What else was there that we don't know about behind the scenes that he was full of shit on? Because I think that can affect you long term, right? Like when you found out Paul Pierce just had to boo-boo that he really didn't hurt himself. When he tried to have his big moment where he left the game injured and came back, turns out he shit his pants. Just tell us you shit your pants, bro. Don't lie, because then it's just worse. Then you're like, man, I don't want to know this. I don't want to know that the flu game was food poisoning and you just had to shit really bad and had diarrhea. That's a whole different thing, man. That's a whole different... I mean, props to you for still playing through food poisoning, but damn that. I don't know. I'm not good with knowing that there was some lies tainting the legacy. Josh Fernandez, I thought it was good, but it did seem like parts of it had an agenda. And I do agree with that too. I feel like it was there were some things that, and obviously he had a big part of this, but there were some things that he wanted to get done or accomplished or whatever. And I feel like, but I felt like the documentary was informative. I learned some things, but that's good and bad. So, he's still the GOAT. That doesn't change anything for me. He's still the GOAT. And then there was this. So, The Last Dance is over with. Now what the hell are we going to do, by the way, right? We're screwed. We got nothing else to do. But then Yardbarker came out with a list. And I'm curious if there's any of the teams on this list that you would want to see a team documentary about. Now, what they called it was 10 other NBA teams that deserve the Last Dance treatment. I mean, it's not going to be the Last Dance because that was a Phil Jackson and the Bulls break it up type of scenario. But they did give some teams and some reasons. And I'll read you the list of teams, then I'll give you the one on here that I think would make the most compelling. 2018-2019 Warriors. The 2015-16 Cavs with LeBron, the 2015-16 Sixers, the 2013-14 Clippers. That was back when they had, DeAndre Jordan and Redick and Jamal Crawford and Blake Griffin and CP3. The 2010-2011 Heat. 2006-2007 Warriors is pretty good because you recall that was that 8-1 upset where the Mavs ended the season at like 67-15 and got bounced in the first round by an 8 seed. So that would be a pretty good one. The 2004-2006 Pacers, just because of a lot of the controversy. The 03-04 Lakers. The early 2000s, quote, Jailblazers they put. And then number 10, the 94-95 Rockets. So I'm glad the Rockets made the list because they kind of got sandwiched in between those two three-peats by Jordan and the Bulls. But that wouldn't be the one I would make first on the list, even though I think there's a lot of stories. But that 03-04 Lakers team is the one that I would want to watch for. You got Shaq, you got Kobe. Don't forget, that was Malone, that was Gary Payton, that was Derek Fisher's crazy game-winning shot against the Spurs with .4 left. I'm sorry, El Jefe, about that. I even have the video of it. There was a lot of drama on that team. Kobe had checked out. That was the year where he went on trial for the sexual assault. There was a whole bunch surrounding that 03-04 Lakers, and that, I think, would make a compelling documentary just to see how all the dynamics between Shaq and Kobe were, and all these stars that were chasing rings with Malone and Peyton, and the Derek Fisher shot, which I actually have. I got the copy of it. This is pretty amazing.
Ginobili will inbound to Duncan. He gets doubled. Shaq all over.
Flop.
He gets away, a fadeaway. He makes it.
Ginobili flopped. That was absolutely a flop.
Unbelievable. 4/10 remaining in the fifth game. Here they go.
0.4 of a second.
They get it to Fisher. He scores!
Ball game.
Derek Fisher scores at the buzzer.
We got to take a look at it, but I got to tell you, live, it looked good.
You know, at the risk of being a shill, now I know why they say, we love this game.
All right, settle down. But that's that right there is amazing. Plus, you combine everything else that we talked about. Phil Jackson's the head coach, so he already knows how to make documentaries. I think 03-04 Lakers would be a good one. Now, Clarence, I saw you said the Jailblazers. There was a lot of shit going on with the Jailblazers back in the day. A whole lot. But, man, I don't know if it's compelling enough to make a 10-part documentary. I could see like a 30 for 30 on that team, but a 10-part documentary, dude, when you think about this Lakers team with all of the different scenarios that you have, I don't see how anyone on this list could beat that, but the Blazers would make an amazing 30 for 30. Malice at the Palace was part of that one that I mentioned with the Blazers, the Pacers. That was that 04-06. That was, you'll remember too, Luis, that was when Ron Artest wanted to go and do his rap album. I think he needed time off to go either record it or I don't remember what it was, but he had something to do with his rap album, so he was going to do it that year, one of those years as well. So pretty crazy stuff. That was a pretty talented team too. Let me see who else has stuff over here. I'd like to see We Believe Warriors with Baron Davis and Steven Jackson. Yeah, Amos. That That team, man, that was like, well, they say biggest upset, obviously, in NBA playoff history, even more so than when the Nuggets won. It was pretty crazy because there's no reason they should have beat that Mavs team. That's the equivalent of like, the Warriors team with KD losing in the first round. It was that crazy. Richard, I think that I think it's not less than 0.4 of a second because they actually had to check it on the clock, but I do think you can still get a shot off at 0.4, but I don't know I don't know what the time, and maybe they changed it, but at the time, I think it was still okay, obviously. And yeah, Derek Fisher's not a favorite of anybody, let's be real. So those are some ones that would be my next though. 03-04 Lakers, I think would be pretty compelling 10-part documentary series. Let's see. I had something else here. The NFL released not the NFL, but the Larry Brown Sports wrote an article on the NFL 5 NFL comeback player of the year candidates if we ever have football. And I think a lot of these I agree with. I can't remember if we did this. I don't think we did this already, but I was thinking about this. Here's your list in reverse order of their potential NFL comeback players. Okay. Number 5, AJ Green. Number 4, JJ Watt. All right. Number 3, Matthew Stafford. Number 2, Big Ben. And number 1, Rob Gronkowski. I was looking at the list. I couldn't remember if we did this or not. I thought I'd bring it up real quick because I felt like one of the sleepers on this list, one of the guys that I think could, maybe won't, probably won't, but as a sleeper, Todd Gurley might be a prime candidate for comeback player of the year. Now he's gonna have to get healthy, and I know in Atlanta they're already a little disappointed that he's having knee issues again. But if he can get healthy and turn things around, to me, those 5 are solid. I think if you made a list, pretty much everybody's gonna have those 5 in some order. Maybe not that order, but in some order. But I feel like the sleeper in this would be Todd Gurley. We'll see. And it's a little more of a bold prediction, long shot type of thing, but he has the potential to be able to turn it around if he can get right. Just has to get right, though. Just has to get right. Okay, it is 2:25. This is about the time I do video. So let's break down some video. Ooh, David Johnson, Scott. Man, I think that might be like a double long shot. I feel like Todd Gurley is closer to that than David Johnson would be. David Johnson, I know Todd Gurley, his contract wasn't equal to what he was performing, but David Johnson couldn't even, I think he was third string when he got dealt from Arizona. He was the third string. So Gurley, I think he just was overvalued at that point for his production. But David Johnson, and plus that line isn't all that great. And, you've got no weapons for Deshaun Watson. So everybody knows he's either going to run the ball or David Johnson's going to run the ball. I think teams are probably going to load the box and let those older, unhealthy receivers beat you because they're probably not even going to be on the field anyways. It's going to be guys that are backups at some point because that receiving core is not going to stay healthy. So I don't know. David Johnson to me might be a bigger even long shot than Todd Gurley. Let me just see a couple of these things. Jeremy moderating the chat with his cheese hat on. Nope, that doesn't. Mitch Trubisky will be the MVP. Tom, you should be banned from the chat forever for that ridiculous statement. Mitch Trubisky couldn't even spell MVP, bro. Jonathan Joseph with the Titans. Of course, Hugo would send that shit to the chat. Tom's drunk. Get him out of here. Exactly. Tom is high. And then thanks for the shout outs, everybody in the chat. What's up, Juan? What's up, BC? Thank you guys for being here. Okay. Video breakdown time. I need like you said, who was it that said I need a film? I need to call it film breakdown or something like that. What was that? Yeah, the film room. I just need an intro. I need something fancy to break these videos down. I have so many, by the way. You guys have been sending me shit. It's been amazing. And then I've been finding stuff. Let's just run videos for a little while. I got more sports. We're going to talk MLB. We're going to talk about what their plans are for social distancing. And really we'll talk money because They're claiming they're losing more money than they are. We'll get to that. Right now, we got to get to some videos. This first video, hold on. Let me pull up who sent this to me here. This first video, shit, I didn't write down who sent it to me. This is my bad. If you sent it to me, let me know in chat. I owe you a shout out. But I labeled this surprise. Okay, this is surprise, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna spoil it. This is called surprise. Oh shit! Oh fuck! That's Busta Rhymes' theme music. Oh shit! Yo! Bro, what was that? Did you guys see the drop kick? Holy shit! Now look, let's go through this step by step here. First of all, we've got 3 women fighting it out in a mall parking lot, it looks like. Now, 2 of them have handfuls of hair, and we've already discussed that once a woman has your hair in her hands, that is game. That is game over, bro. That's like a pit bull on another dog's neck. They're not letting go. That grip, it's over, fool. Now, sometimes the hair might come off. That's how you get loose. But if you got good glue or some shit, or it's sewn in, you're done. All right, so now we've got 2 women on the ground tussling. We got a third woman, shoes off. So this bitch is ready. Like, she is like, once the shoes come off, that's it. You know it's time. So she's got shoes off, trying to break it up. Then you got the security guard who has his mask still on while he's breaking up this fight. Now right there, now, the security guard isn't a really good security guard, because if he was, he would have been monitoring his periphery. He would have seen Busta Rhymes coming from the top rope. And I only say Busta because he's got the braids. But you would have seen that coming. He could have been like, no! Like, I mean, that's what security guards, they're not really going to do shit, but he could have just told him, no! Like, get back! And he wouldn't have got back, but it might have helped. At least it would have warned no girl in the orange with no shoes on. So this dude is completely off the ground. Now, this guy is in the air. And that's, this is very Street Fighter-esque. If you know what I mean? Like, the form's not great. It really looks more like a cheer kick. Like if he was a Rocket. Not very, it's kind of WWE-ish. Not very effective. But he's about to, he's about to, hoo-ha! Put them all in check. Boom! Now, he kicked her in the Virginia. I wish I had slow-mo, but I know he was going for the head right here. If you watch. Now, see, look, the barefoot chick in the orange, slick. That's some slick shit. She saw that coming. She sees my man get in the air right here. Okay, so she gets a shot in. Now, if you notice, wow, right there in the face. That's when old boy comes in with the flying leap kick. She gets the shot in, backs up, boom, right in the cooch. Look at that, right in the cooch. Boy, that's not nice. At least it wasn't a dude. That would have hurt even worse. So he gets her with the cooch kick. She goes down in a heap. Now, we're not even going to talk about the fact that this is a grown-ass man kicking a woman. I don't know how I would handle if somebody was beating up my wife. I don't think I would go and kick another woman. I just can't do that. But it was 2-on-1, so that's not fair, right? Because remember now, the 2 on the ground, that's a fair fight. That's 1-on-1. You got Paul Blart over there breaking the shit up. But this dude comes in, so he gets her. He stands over her for a second. Then he turns around. Look, do you notice the pirouette with the right leg? Now, she's trying to take his leg out at the same time. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not. But she's trying to sweep his leg. I see y'all saying Karate Kid style. She's going for the sweep. He pulls his leg out. And he's flexing right now. Dude, you just kicked the girl in the cooch. Why are you flexing? Now he goes offensive lineman. Doesn't even get the dude on the ground. Pulls his girl out. It's a mess. This chick over here still got her sandals on. But now her Virginia's hanging out. It's just And then old boy in the background is just looking like, look, he's just looking up her pants right there. This is a damn shame. This is a mess. So Buster gets his woman out, runs her off, and that's game time. That's pretty crazy. All that happened so fast, too. I mean, when you think about it, I don't know how long they were there before. I got you all in check.
Hold on, man. Move the around. Get your fucking shorty. Shorty, man, y'all move around.
He said move around.
Come on. Let me get to running.
That's the best part. And she goes, you better get to running. Man, that's wild. That is really wild. Okay, so that's number one on the film breakdown. This was pretty quick. This one was sent to me by Johnny Johnson, and I just thought this was funny. This kind of, it wasn't OBJ, Travis. No, Jeremy, that's not nice. It wasn't a man bun, it was a ponytail. Big difference. This one is kind of funny. Johnny Johnson sent this one to me. Pretty simple, pretty easy. I call this jump a pound. Bro. That reminds me of The Suspects. You know, Nick used to play Jump Around all the time. That's why I had to play this, but come on, man. She's too proud of this. First of all, them windows are clean as shit. Those are some clean ass windows. You wouldn't do that you're not doing that at my house. I promise you right now, her belly button would be dirty as her butthole if she did that on my sliding glass door. We hadn't washed that thing in 5 years. But that's pretty dope though. I wonder if it's like, you know how when you get a wine glass and you rub the top of a crystal, like you like do the and it makes a noise, right? And then you put more water in it and it makes it deeper, or more water makes it like a higher pitch. I wonder if the depth of her belly button would change the sound. Like if she had an even deeper innie, would it be like a foghorn? That's so great. That's so outstanding. Oh my God, bless her heart. Jump a pound. That is outstanding. No shame either. She just pulled her gut out. Didn't give a shit. She's like, whatever, let's do this. I'm ready to pack it up, pack it in. It does. I do have a high-pitched laugh, Justin. Very, very true, my man. All right, now, do we have time? Okay, yeah, we do. Where's the time at? 2:35. Oh, we got plenty of time. Y'all want me to keep doing videos, or do you want to talk sports? I'm gonna let you guys pick. Because here, let me tell you why I'm gonna let you guys pick. And I know you're gonna pick videos, but I'm gonna ask because I care. But one more time. It's not disgusting. Hold on. I like that you can hear. Listen closely, y'all. You will hear her stomach hit the window. Listen, just watch. That's so great. That is so great. We're gonna keep doing videos, guys. I know you don't give a shit. I mean, sports is cool, but we're having a good time. This weekend on Twitter, I finally had to block somebody because, and I don't do that a lot. You guys know I might mute somebody if they're annoying, but I had to block this dude named Houston Media Critic. I assume it's a dude. Chicks aren't that big of an asshole. This dude has been following me around on Twitter ever since I've been on The Usual Suspects. And I was like, I just kind of ignored him because I don't know who he is. He would fuck with Joel. He would me. It didn't matter. I'm not prank calling AJ and Ennis, you guys. But this dude started taking shots at me, telling John Westling that I didn't know sports, that I should stick to entertainment and I should stick to comedy. But I couldn't do a sports podcast or a sports show. And I mean, my response to him was a couple things. One, I was on a sports talk radio show on a sports talk radio station for 3 years, at which point on several occasions we won our book, we won our time slot, we won ratings in the city. Now, I'm not bragging, that's just a fact. You're not going to do that in this market if you don't know how to talk sports. So I'm confident that I can talk sports. You guys know I was the numbers guy on The Usual Suspects. I was the spreadsheet stat dork. I would go down to the minute detail of stats. All right, I have a goddamn spreadsheet for today's show. Okay, but so the guy says I don't know sports. That I should be able to tell you why Mike Trout's WAR is what it is if I was good at sports. And I told him that is the stupidest shit I have ever heard in my life. First of all, his name is Houston Media Critic, and I told him anyone that's a critic, people are critics because they either don't have the talent or the balls to do what they're criticizing. That's when someone becomes a critic. Like Siskel and Ebert weren't good actors, writers, or directors, so they were movie critics. This cat, I guarantee you, this cat's lifelong dream was to do sports talk. He sucked at it. No one would give him a job, so he becomes the Houston Media Critic. No, that's the other thing. There is no critic university. You don't get a degree in criticism. Anyone can be a critic because everyone has an opinion. That doesn't mean that you know what the fuck you're talking about. But then he says he would listen to this show if I talk sports. Well, guess what? I don't want to talk sports. I don't have to talk sports. We're all here to have a good time. So I just told the dude, look, man, have a good life. I'm not going to defend my sports knowledge to you. Anybody, I mean, for God's sakes, go look at Sports Map and my MLB breakdown going into 2019 if you need to know what my sports knowledge is. That'll give you a good indication. But the fact of the matter is you don't need to be a sports nerd to be in sports talk. You just have to have an opinion and be able to articulate that opinion in a way that's either entertaining or informative. So it ain't that. I mean, it's not easy, but it ain't that hard, bro. This ain't. I don't need to be breaking down film study and shit. So most people in this business can't do that, anyways. I hate to burst your bubble. Unless you're Lance Zierlein, most people aren't breaking down film. They just give opinions and do it in an intelligent way. But I ended up having to block this dude because, guys, I'm just not going to get caught up in the negativity. For the first 48 hours after I was let go from ESPN, I was down in the dumps. But you guys wouldn't let me stay there. You guys lifted me up with all your positivity. And I was just like, man, I'm not going to focus on one dude that don't like me when I've got all you guys that do. You guys are what I'm focused on. So I blocked that dude. But I just had to tell you that it reminded me of that when I said, do we want to talk sports? And I know you did, 713 Hooligan. I love that you got blocked too. That's so great. What's up, Brandon? What up, you deckhead? Donna, hi, sweetie. Oh, Christopher said Houston Media Critic got into it with Adam Clanton. Bro, that don't surprise me either. By both of them. Both of those cats will argue with people. So on this case, though, I got Clanton's back 1,000%. Because at least Adam Clanton gets behind a microphone and says shit. Houston Media Critic, what the fuck do you do, bro? You get on Twitter and you say dumb shit. That don't count. Get out of here, clown. Okay, let's go back to something positive like videos. Let's see here. I have in my hand, I feel like Letterman, remember how, oh no, who was it? Oh yeah, I have in my hand tonight's top 10 list. Isn't that what Letterman used to do? I have in my hand a mouse, I don't know, that'll get us to the next video. So this is, last week we had a video from Germany. Restaurants are really trying to be creative in how they're getting people to social distance when they go out to eat. And what's up, Terrence? And they're getting creative with their ideas. I showed you a restaurant in Germany where they had the pool noodles on their heads, where it was like the pool, you'd put the pool noodle on and you couldn't do anything because it would make you keep a certain distance from people. That's one way to do it. And that's not a mouse for Oliver. Excuse me. So there was pool noodles, and then there's this restaurant, which I think is in Maryland. But just take a look at this shit. What? Okay, look, right here. Now, that's a problem. Who's doing this? By the don't call me racist, but can we just point out again? Who is it? It's all white people. What are we doing, white people? Why are we doing these things to ourselves? Oh, no, she's not white. I stand corrected. We had one non-white person in the crowd doing this. Of course, you'll notice that she kind of got, I love the sound effects is perfect because this would be one of my concerns doing this shit, okay? So much to break down here. But I love that when the beat goes doo-doom is when that chick's cart gets all jacked up. Watch. It's like it was meant to be. Okay, let's talk about this shit for a second, can we? First of all, that doesn't look regulation 3 feet from the center. It might be, but I don't think it is. Now, you see how uncomfortable it is for this dude to get around? How do you leave? Do you have to leave the tube there? Because they're all at the front. All right. Now, I'm going to assume that all these tubes get cleaned after you're done with them. But I don't need to go out to eat this bad that I would have to wear this shit. Now, let's talk for a moment about the logistics of this. Okay. Now, if you'll notice, right, here's a good one. I don't know how you get in and out of this contraption. I don't know if you have to lift it up. I don't know how, there's no door. There's no entry and exit. They either have to lift it off of you or you have to duck down and crawl out from under it. Which begs the question, what if you have to pee really bad? What if you have to boo-boo? You're at this restaurant, you have to boo-boo. Now what? Now what? Now you're stuck in this big inner tube for losers and you're going to shit your pants at this restaurant in Maryland because you couldn't just stay home and eat. Yo! G-Man! Money, what's up? Bro, I didn't even talk about this, but guys, I have since I got monetized on YouTube, I forgot to tell you, we have something called Super Chat. If you want to tip, you can tip. G-Man, Money, I appreciate you so much, my friend. Thank you, and thank you for the kind words. I'm glad you think it is a super show. I'm doing my best, man, just to make you cats laugh for a couple hours. G-Man, again, man, thank you so much. That's so badass. Underrated mess. It is not fat shaming, bro. This is not fat shaming. However, let's talk about being big in one of these, okay? I might use one name, but I don't think he would give a shit. But let's just, for example, I won't use names. Let's just say you're a big person. If you notice, most of the people in this video are pretty skinny, pretty healthy. They're not overly big. I mean, they probably have a little gut, maybe a dad bod. She can barely see over the top of this. She's not good at this at all. She's all hemmed up. But most of them are skinny. So what if you get a big dude? Oh, shit. Justin, my guy. Thank you so much for the super chat, buddy. Thank you, my man. You have been so supportive through all this, dude. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate that, man. Thank you. God, you guys are the best. It's unbelievable. Look, so here's the thing about big people in this. How do they get out and get in? Because those holes really ain't regulation, like I said. The next question is, I don't want to stand to eat. I don't want to stand to eat. Who the fuck is this? Where's the moderators? Bro, who is Pine531 Gamer? Get the fuck out of here, dude. I need one of the moderators to get this cat out of here. This is crazy. I'll do it myself. Shit, I don't care. Go away, dude. That's weird. They're not just going to follow you just because. Yo, Eric, my man. God bless you guys. What are you doing? You're just making me blush over here. Holy shit. Eric Resendez, thank you so much for the super chat, my dude. Dustin, bro. What's going on right now? You guys are killing me. This is like for my birthday, man. Dustin, dude, this is amazing, you guys. Eric, thank you, man. I appreciate you. I'm gonna still whoop your ass, by the way, at MLB The Show. Dustin, my friend, that's too kind. That is way too generous, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are unbelievable. Amos, bro, what are you doing, man? Thank you, Amos. Thank you for the super chat. You guys, I didn't even want to, nice try, Chan. I didn't even want to mention this because you guys have already been so wonderful, but this is unbelievable, man. TJ, thank you, buddy, so much, man. Brandon, God bless you, Brandon. This is just going to be a whole thank you. This is just turning into a whole thank you thing. Man, you guys, I'm at a loss for words, man. I really am. You guys are unbelievable. Wow, let me compose myself for a second, man. Thank you guys so much. Oh, shit. SoFly photo. Holy shit. SoFly, man, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. It's just, Nuke 713, bro. When will there be a deckhead meetup? Okay. We need to get to that. Nuke, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate you so much. SoFly, PhotoFly, I thank you as well. I wish I knew your real name. I'd love to tell you, but I feel like you have a business, man, and I appreciate the support, and I look forward to returning the favor. Travis, my man, thank you so much, buddy. Travis, you are a kind person. Okay. This is unbelievable, guys. I'm just floored. So the meetup, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. We are only on show number 6, but all right. Now, see, you guys are going to, John Sutherland, thank you so much, my friend. That is unbelievable. Your generosity is very much appreciated. Thank you, man. No, really, I do appreciate it. And then can we talk about Virginia Buttonweed just for a second? Because Virginia Buttonweed, we talked Friday on Lawn Talk. Somebody created a Virginia Buttonweed Twitter account just to fuck with me on Twitter about weeds. That's hilarious. And he did Virginia.69. Okay. You guys are hilarious. Eric, man. Dude, Eric, you are not Barry. Bring it, Barry. I won 4 games last night against other players. I don't give a shit. Have you seen me play defense, bro? You can't handle this, Eric Resendez. You want none of this. I'm telling you. Again, thank you guys so much. Oh, fuck. I'm not even supposed to curse. Cowboy fam. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. I'm overwhelmed, guys. I'm literally just like need to pause for the cause because you guys are unbelievable, man. Holy shit. This is amazing. Okay, let's talk about the meetup for a minute. Okay, let's just talk about the meetup. Gregory Vega, buddy. Thank you so much, man. God, you guys. I am floored by this. Gregory, thank you so much, Mr. Vega. Thank you. Sean, buddy. Underrated mess. Thank you, my friend. I'm trying to keep it gangster. Fuck these haters out there on the interwebs. Sean, man, thank you so much, dude. You missed out on the shirt, but you wanted to support. Dude, you have no idea how much I appreciate that. There's going to be more shirts, just not the OG shirt, Sean. But I appreciate you so much, man. You guys, this is too kind. Johnny, you just can't put $5 in there. That's not how the super chat works. Okay. Everybody stop for a second. Stop, because I don't want to not give you your props. I want to say this about the meetup. I was talking to my mom last night, and she goes, you really need to do something to say thank you. And I was like, I'm one step ahead of you, Mom. One step ahead of you, because I do want to thank you guys for everything that you've done. So I've got this idea. Now, I'm working on it. It's a work in progress, but just so you're aware, I want to have a Deckhead get-together, kind of a listener and a viewer appreciation party. And what I'm thinking about doing is a comedy show. And if you're a Deckhead, I'm going to buy your first drink. If you're a Patreon subscriber, you're going to get in free. That's the thought right now. But it's going to be something to thank everybody. From top to bottom, everybody's going to get something from me, on me, by me for the comedy show. Plus, I'm going to do the show for you. I don't expect anybody that's a Deckhead to have to pay to get in. But we'll figure out how we're going to do it. If it's $5 tickets, I'll buy everybody's ticket. I don't give a shit. I'm just so appreciative of all the support. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to have some sort of get together. I'm going to do a set for you guys so that you don't have to go to the Improv or go wherever. It's going to be a show. It's going to be a comedy show, and it's going to be kick-ass. I don't know how or when I'm going to make it happen, but I'm definitely going to make it happen. Wow. Chris, thank you, buddy. You've been great. Y'all just say what's up to Christopher Jones in the chat. It goes by Chris, but he's helped me with a sponsor and it's given me some great advice. So be on the lookout for that as well. This has just been amazing, man. And no, Candy, I'm not going to let you pay if I do a show. I'm not going to let you guys pay. This is going to be a way for me to say thank you to you guys. So we're going to have a comedy show somewhere, somehow, some way, at a bar, probably. and I'm gonna get you guys in, maybe buy your first drink or whatever. Just wait. It's not gonna happen next week, but it's gonna happen. So stick around. Okay, we got to get to this video real quick. No relation to Mike Jones. Let's see here. Where was the tubes thing? Here's the other question about this video, guys. Here's what I don't understand. So we've talked about the fact that you can't boo-boo or pee-pee. We've talked about the fact that you can't get around each other. But I don't want to stand up and eat. I'm not a fucking horse. Sorry about the language. I don't want to stand to eat. I would much rather stay home and eat another grilled cheese sandwich and a bag of chips than to go stand and eat chicken fingers at a bar. That's the most ridiculous thing ever. So, that might be one of the dumbest things I think that might be worse than the pool noodles. I'll tell you that. Dude, BZH420. I don't know what your name is, my friend, but I'll just call you by what your chat is. BZH420. Man, thank you for that, dude. Thank you so much. That's unbelievable. You guys are too kind. I'm telling you right now, you're way too generous. Okay, we have 2 minutes left before the break. Jerry Rocha is going to join me at 3 o'clock. Before we go to break, I did want one more thing, and it's not sports related. Who gives a shit? But how many of you have trouble sleeping at night? How many of you can't find the time or don't get a good night's sleep? Well, it may be because you need to sleep with your mouth taped shut. According to this ad that I got on Instagram, where this is, hold on, let me pull up this shit. This was what popped up on my Instagram feed. Nope, that's funny, bro. This is what, look at this shit. Okay, why is this on my, at some point did I tell everybody that did it hear me say I needed to sleep with my mouth? This looks like step one into an assault. This is, so I get the benefits of mouth taping popped up on my Instagram feed. And this is a legit product, by the way. This is no bullshit. This is a legit product. It's called mouth taping. And this is what it says on they have a website. Oh, Jeremy, you got this shit? This is crazy. Look at what it says. The key to better sleep is simple. Close your mouth and breathe through your nose. Spoiler alert, I have a deviated septum. I can't breathe through my damn nose anymore. I need to get it fixed. So, since I have a deviated septum, I'm screwed, right? But it says Somnifix mouth strips make that easy to do. Sleep with Somnifix to promote nose breathing, reduce open mouth snoring, and for those with sleep apnea, improve CPAP compliance. Holy shit, they will sell anything. This is the most ridiculous, literally, this is step one to an assault. This is how, like, if someone breaks into your home and they're going to murder you, the first thing they do, they cover your mouth. You are literally like, hey guys, go ahead and murder me because I'm not going to be able to scream in my sleep because I'm going to go ahead and tape my mouth shut. Now, the crazy thing is, I know, Donna, look. That's not good. You see that? Not good. I got like 10% space. This is awful. Here's the best part. Here's the best part of the whole thing. Okay, are you ready for this? Now, this is literally an ad on their website. Are you ready for this shit? What the what is this? She's going to die. Okay? This lady, it says, oh, it's excellent for CPAP users. What? Okay, never mind the fact that this lady looks absolutely ridiculous with her mouth taped shut and the CPAP. She's never going to keep a man if she does this shit. Can we be real? She's never going to hang on to a man if she does this shit. Look at this. Who's having... Okay, now, I don't know. She looks like she might be kind of hot. She does need to get a refill on her nails. How they let this woman do this ad with nails like that and not getting a refill is beyond me. However, she looks like she could still be cute. Like, she'd be cute if she didn't have the Bane mask on. But, anybody that goes home with this chick, right? Like, she's at a bar, you meet her, you're like, hey, baby, what's up? She's like, I'm feeling good. I sleep really well because I sleep with my mouth taped shut. And you're like, oh, shit, okay. So, Bradley Jackson, bro, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, homie. I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson, but I am for real. Thank you. That was an awful. I'll never do that again. If you want the money back, I get it. That was so fucking terrible. So you meet this chick at a bar. Where'd it go? You meet this chick at a bar. You guys go home. You bang it out. Now you're just you guys just get after it. You bang it out. She's like, all right, well, I'm tired. Let's go to sleep. So you know how guys are after sex. As soon as you're done, you pass out, right? You wake up in the morning. This is what you're staring at. What? No, thank you. She's never going to keep a man that way. All right, guys, that was the mouth tape. I've been sitting on that for like 4 days. So I had to get that in because that shit is, that's hilarious to me. All right, if you gave me a super chat, guys, thank you so much. I love you to death. You already know that. Yes, Jorge, Franco, there will be a meetup. There will be chicks there that are deckheads that will be there. I got tons of deckhead listeners, viewers. Listeners, what are we? Are we viewers? Viewers that are chicks. Like I say, tons. Donna, Candy, Lisa, Michelle. I sound like Angela, Pamela, Renee. I love you. I'm from around the way. All right, here we go. Let's get to a break because we got Jerry Rocha coming up shortly. You guys know him. Remember from The Usual Suspects. Been on Conan, Netflix. He's on Twitch now. Does retro gaming on Twitch. We're just going to chop it up and have a good time. And that's coming up shortly. So thank you all for the super chats. Thank you all for being here. I love you to death. And you know that. You know how this works if you've been here last week. We're going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to come back in 5 minutes. I'm going to have Jerry Rocha Skyped in, and we're just going to chop it up and have a good time. So, guys, thank you for being here. Barry on Deck, number 6. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Yo, we are back. Hour number 2, Barry on deck. Thank you guys that stuck around. I appreciate you for being here. I love you all to death, and you know that. If you gave me a super chat today, thank you. I forgot to mention that shit, but I love you to death. If you haven't already, if you're just new here, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Put on notifications. You'll know when I go live. Plus, you'll know when I do funny videos and stuff. All that out of the way. Let's talk about my guest today. Jerry Rocha is joining me on the show. You know Jerry if you're a suspect for sure, because Jerry was a regular on The Usual Suspects. He joined us all the time. And you also know him if you watch Conan, if you have Netflix, if you're on Twitch. Jerry Rocha, what's up, buddy? My MC skills are pretty good, right? I got the credits right. I ended with the name. I mean, look at that. Just comedy comes in handy, even on YouTube, right? Stop it. Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, I'm trying to clean it up a little bit. So I did the first Barry on deck. Yes, we're being piped into Lakewood. You know, me and Joel Osteen have a great relationship. Oh shit! Hold on, I got you muted. Everybody's like, Barry, he's muted. Here we go. Hold on. Damn it, my bad. Now you're off mute.
Hey, we were just saying how I can curse, and I'm excited to curse.
I'm so glad, by the way, you were muted, because, okay, here's the whole story. So, yes, you can curse. Try not to do too many F words, because the first... So, when So, I'm so glad you were muted. When I did episode 1, right? I tweeted out, I was like, yo, come hang with me. I don't have a job. I'm going to be on YouTube from 2 to 4. I'm going to talk sports. I'm going to curse. There's not going to be any nudity, but we'll do entertainment and videos and all this fun, right? I do, after doing 6 years of radio with FCC regulations, and then the live chats I curse, but that was at 7 o'clock at night. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I go live, and I'm literally F-bomb every other word for 2 hours. And so I get done with the show, and I'm like, there's the first Barry on deck. What'd you guys think? And I can't tell you how many people were like, loved it. It's awesome. But I was at work, and I had to turn it off because it was pretty filthy. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay, well, can I just mix in some shits and maybe limit the F words? Right. They were like, that's fine. So there's, if one slips, it slips. I'm not going to worry about it, but I will warn you guys, Jerry and I are dirty, so maybe put some headphones in for the next hour.
William Vasquez, who's at work right now? Stay home, you morons! What is this? Do you not know? There's a fucking plague, sorry. There's a plague.
I'm putting out this is the swear jar. You're going to have to put in a quarter of
virtually donate.
Yes.
I'll Venmo you 50 cents.
I love that when you were muted by accident, you said, what is this, Aaron on a church bus?
Yeah,
that's such a great joke.
What are you worried about cursing? Who cares?
Oh, that's so funny. Dude, what have you been doing? What have you been doing during this whole pandemic shit?
Shit said the N-word on YouTube and he still has a job. And you're worried about me saying the F-word? Enough with this. Stop it. That asshole dropped an N-bomb. And he's still fine. Dude, I'm doing a lot of YouTube. So I have my channel. Shameless plug right there.
Oh, that's a badass shirt, bro.
Thank you. I got it made at this joint up the street right before Corona hit. I'm so lucky. So this is and it's like you said, I have a Twitch channel, which is Retro Rocha, which every night of the week I'm playing an old video game. And then every Thursday on YouTube, I have a little video. It's like think of it as like a John Oliver segment I do about an old video game.
Yes.
So that's YouTube every Thursday, and then every night I play on Twitch. And just writing, just getting ready for the eventual return. I think all of us right now, every stand-up comic should be like Rocky in Rocky 4 when he's running up the mountain. We need to be lifting shit in a barn. One day we're gonna fight Drago. We're not ready yet.
But when that happens,
there's easy. Yeah. whatever that stupid song was playing. Remember that? There's no easy way out.
I'm gonna take my shirt off and go run down the beach, bro. Tyler said I'm listening while watching my kids, so they are learning a lot. LOL. See?
Here's where they're gonna learn everything. Here's where they're gonna learn it all, right?
So when two people love each other, Tyler's kids, mommy has a Virginia and daddy has a
Florida. And
and daddy puts his Florida in mom's Virginia and they have Georgia.
Or if mom's not feeling it, he can put it in the Michigan and she can do a little whatever. Come on, see, Tyler, your kids are gonna
the
your kids are gonna know so much.
The Michigan, that's outstanding. Oh God, that's so funny.
Can I tell Tyler's kids something I wish my mom and her boyfriend would have told me? Don't just finger bang anybody when the time comes, okay? It's gotta really. That is very underrated. That's a very intimate, special thing. And before class, make sure you know them. That's it.
Get their name first.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Come on, Tyler's kids. That's something your dad will never tell you.
Your parents won't tell you that. This has been Life Lessons with Jerry. Oh my God, dude, that's hilarious. So how is the Twitch channel going? I put it on screen. I'm going to make sure I got it right. Twitch.com/Retro Rocha.
Twitch.tv is what they're thinking.
Twitch.tv. Let me correct it. That's right.
Great, man. Thank you. And I just, every night I've been playing a different old game. And I use it to kind of, like, I'm the only idiot who's doing Twitch and YouTube, right? So I know you do one or the other. But I play the games on Twitch, and then I do a segment every Thursday on YouTube. And I still do the podcast, The Ramble with Eddie.
Dude, that's a great podcast.
Thanks, man. We got to get you back on there, man.
Yeah, for sure.
No excuses now, Barry.
I got time.
In the world, we can do this. And I finished watching The Last Dance last night. Of course.
What'd you think? I was telling the deckheads in hour one. I was like, I liked it. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I wanted more Jordan, but I also found out he's kind of a dick, and it tainted his legacy a little bit with me. What did you think?
I think I disagree with the legacy. I think it tainted the Gatorade commercial. You know what I mean? But I mean, they should have been truthful, and they should have had every one of those kids who wanted to be like Mike go punch Steve Kerr in the face. You know, like they should have really been like, you want to be like Mike? Here's how you be like Mike. You emasculate every one of your teammates until they're afraid to miss a shot. That's how you be like Mike. I thought it made him even more of an ultimate competitor. I think you watch this, you know, like this dude just had to win no matter what, and it's why I think it ups his like that level of just psychotic. I have to win. I think it upped that mystique of his for me. Like it's just like, dude, this guy would have done anything. I mean that the LaBradford Smith thing. Like we all knew that LaBradford Smith story, but the fact that what I didn't know is that he made up LaBradford Smith talking shit to him, so he could just go destroy him the next game. Like that's
psycho. It's not. You're not a hero. You're a liar and a psycho.
And here's why I appreciate him more, because with his athletic ability, right? That's the most unstoppable serial killer if his life went the other way. So you got to be happy. You got to be, you know what? Thank God this guy funneled that into 6 rings and not just murdering God, who knows how many people that guy would have killed if he took that. Because it's just a little pitch to go from 6-time champion to serial killer. Like, you know,
he would be the Michael Jordan of serial killers.
Exactly.
That is so great. It would still be the Jordan jump man, but there would be a knife where he would be like stabbing people in the jump man. Yeah, he would still have it.
Yes, I mean, I look at that and think, man, I would much rather have watched some movie where Zac Efron plays Ted Bundy winning Wimbledon 4 times, not killing people. You know what I mean? Like they should have. That's why I'm happy that he funneled all of that into just being a basketball player. Like that's I think that.
Oh my God, that is so funny. I never really thought of it that way, but you're right. Because that is borderline psychotic what he was doing.
It is. He's making up. Motivate. George Carl doesn't say anything to him at a restaurant. He's like, all right, that's it. They're dead. It's like
he's banging my wife. I'm gonna kill that guy. Like that's literally. I wonder if he would do that as a serial killer. If he was just like pass somebody in the mall and they'd be like, "Hello," he'd be like, "He meant fuck you. That's what he meant. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna follow him home."
and then
they're like, "Why'd you kill all these people?" The press said it was because they said mean things to you in the mall. No, I just made that up as motivation to kill people. I needed a reason. Real quick, I gotta thank G-Man. G-Man, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I hope you're enjoying the show and thank you for the support, man. I really appreciate that.
Thank you. I'll thank him for you.
Yeah. I'll send you $1, Jerry. Then you can put it in the swear jar.
Thank you. Imagine Jason Voorhees putting up 40 when he has food poisoning. That's what you're looking at. If Jordan goes, that's how scary of a serial killer you have.
That's so funny.
I think that's amazing. I didn't know that they poisoned his pizza. That's what. Of course they did. It's Utah. Bro. It's Utah. They're psychotic.
There were people that were saying Vernon Maxwell retweeted somebody. I guess no, he didn't retweet it, but he put a tweet out while watching The Last Dance. And he goes, "Bro, this is why I never ate in Utah. Everybody knew this."
Yeah.
What?
Vernon Maxwell is hilarious the way he trolls Utah on Twitter, dude. What else are you gonna do there? What else are you gonna do? If you're not lucky enough to have 8 chicks in your house all waiting to do whatever you want, and most of them don't, you're just miserable because you live in Utah. So what else is there? So of course you're just gonna funnel everything. It's like Pittsburgh Steelers fans. That's why I don't hate them that much. I just feel a little bad. It's like, hey, you know what? Yeah, they're annoying. They talk all this shit, but all of them are gonna die. They're all gonna drop dead of heart attack or diabetes by the time they're 50.
And Pennsylvania.
And all they have is that team. Have you ever been to Pittsburgh? You get it. You've ever been to Pittsburgh? You're like, you know what? I ain't mad at you guys. I get it. You need this.
Utah. There's 2 things to do in Utah: get married and poison food. That's literally like.
That's all you have.
I think they should have like a bouquet and cyanide on the state flag. That was just like the mouse or the little Mr. Yuck sticker with the green guy that's like literally the state. We just poison people and get wives. I mean, there's nothing else to do in fucking Utah.
And thank God I have a great time in Utah because they're great comedy crowds. Salt Lake, the White.
They're never gonna get booked again there now for your comments.
We're going back, but. Thank God I'm not an athlete. It would have been totally different. They just would have. You notice one thing I never noticed at the end of Game 6, Dennis Rodman did the DX suck it to the crowd. That was hilarious. That was amazing.
He did the chop. It was like, oh, he really was in on that wrestling shit. Like,
that was great,
dude. It was. I like I said, I enjoyed the documentary. I learned a lot, but man, in a lot of ways. I was disappointed to find out that Michael Jordan was lying about some of this stuff. I said, you're Michael Jordan. You don't need to make this shit up.
That dude needs but I guess you do. Look, here's the thing, man. Again, serial killers, they get bored and then they start doing crazy things. That's the problem. It's like he gets bored. Like, I need something or else I'm just going to go slaughter. You know, like I need something to bring me back to basketball. I'm telling you,
I love that we have made Michael Jordan a serial killer. You have made...
Dude.
It's your claim to fame.
Imagine some 6'7" dude with an axe coming at you. You're toast. You're toast.
That brings whole new meaning to The Last Dance. Like, literally last... This is your last anything. You're gonna die.
He's got you.
He's a psycho. It's over. I wonder if remember how he had the free throw with his eyes closed?
Yes.
You could just see him like stabbing people with his eyes closed. Like, oh, I didn't even miss. I was like, all the shit that he did, no look stabs and shit. Like, oh, that would be the best.
It would have been. Look, no offense to the fictional victims of his that we have here, but I mean. I still think that's how great Jordan is. We would be captivated if you could just have Marv Albert there calling it. Like,
yes!
Calling every murder. Oh, a spectacular move! And he's just chopping someone's head off like, behind the back in midair, and Marv Albert's just losing his shit. Like,
yes! And the foul! Like, wow! Oh my god, dude. That'd
be
funny.
all in.
Okay, now tell the peeps. So I hopped on retro on Rocha. That shit was great. But how did you get into retro video gaming? So like when I watched, what was it, Saturday night?
I was playing one of the Star Wars games.
You were playing, Return of the Jedi, and it was all like 8-bit, and it's very linear where you're just but it was badass because it's not necessarily that the games are like deep, but it's the commentary and it's the way you involve people, man. It's a lot of fun, dude. It's really, but you're a fun dude. But how did you get into retro gaming?
Well, I never left. That was for me, people our age range, that was the beginning, right? Was the Atari, then the Nintendo. And it's like, and I remember when I was a little kid, I came home from school and my next door neighbor was doing his little show his dick. He had the window up, he had the volume blaring, and he had a brand new NES and he was playing Super Mario Bros.
He wanted you to know.
And there was like a crowd, like there was like a bunch of kids, like, oh wow, Jared's got the Nintendo, and of course he would let us come in and play and shit, and that was all right, Mom, this is what we want for birthday, Christmas, whatever. And so I just fell in love with gaming then, and I just always had an affinity for the older game. I mean, I love the new shit too, but then what happened was 2 Christmases ago, my girlfriend got me this thing called an analog Super NT. And it's a little plug to the company. It's this little device that plays any Super Nintendo game, but it upscales it to 4K. Now, it doesn't make the graphics look any better, but it makes the image look sharp and normal on a modern television. And it's tremendous. And so, and when she got me that, I was like, oh my God, I could dust off the few old Super Nintendo games I still had. And then right around that time, a bunch of retro gaming stores started opening up in LA. Like, there was already a few, but it kind of started to really take off. And then so you'd be driving around like, well, shit, there's a store there that has a bunch of old Super Nintendo games. Let me go check it out. And then so it just kind of started. And then I was like, well, you know what? Let me do something with this. And it was right before COVID hit anyway, because, as road comics, there's still a lot of downtime.
Oh, my God.
That's why the corona hasn't really affected me emotionally that bad. I'm like, yeah, I've been here, and so
I've traded my whole life for this shit.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
This is a layup, man. Go on. And so I just thought, well, maybe I should do something with this. And so I got a green screen and I got a little capture card, and I just started writing down ideas of how could I talk about old games. And then that's what turned into the YouTube thing called Retro Rocha. And that's, again, it's like a just imagine like a little segment, like a 5 to 8 minute segment each Thursday about a video game. And I try to make it funny, and I talk about why I like the game, didn't like the game. And then I thought, once I started doing that, I'm like, well, one of the viewers was like, dude, you should Twitch games too at night. And I'm like, shit, why not? I have the equipment already. So then, I just opened up a Twitch channel. I thought, so yeah, it's all just to try to big circle of life shit, get people to watch a Twitch, and then maybe if they watch a Twitch, they watch a YouTube, or vice versa.
What I love about it is, and I never planned to do this. I never planned to have a show from 2 to 4. And what I did was I started the live chats with you. You were the first. But it was just to fucking hang out. It was just to talk because I was so bored. And then I was like, I'll just do it on YouTube so people can watch, but I don't give a shit if there was one person. I just wanted to talk to you because you and I have a blast when we hang out. And I was bored. And then you start to realize that all the people, when I got let go from the radio station, all the people that were like, well, we want to support you, and we like the stuff that you do. And you start to realize that the consumers, all the people that are in this, watching this live right now, are taking it into their own hands. They're having a choice, and they're saying, I like what that guy does, so I'm going to support that guy. I can't even tell you, Jerry. Everybody has been so supportive. There's this thing on my YouTube where you can tip, basically, like on Twitch where you can do bits, right?
Yeah. I gotta figure that out. You guys tell me how to do that once I get enough followers on my YouTube thing.
It's unbelievable. But they're saying, look, this is the content I want, so I'm gonna help this person make that content. It's the wave of the future because it's like Netflix. Cable knew they were in trouble once Netflix came out because now we choose what we want to watch, when, and how. I don't have to sit down at 7 to watch a sitcom, or I don't have to go to HBO at 10 o'clock on Saturday to watch a comedy special. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do it, and that's the beautiful thing.
Yeah, that is how it's gonna be. Like it's funny, but like that's why it's like back in the day before any of this shit.
Yeah,
like there was a radio station you'd listen to if it was talk radio, and you might have one or two, on-air personalities that you really liked. And like, oh, they're on, cool. Mm-hmm. But then the next one comes, I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like it just.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. All right, so because we talk sports, and you're a big sports dude, and in fact, you were giving me shit when I was watching you on Twitch about CeeDee Lamb, and so I'm pissed. It's not
my fault you guys got Bill O'Brien. It's not my fault. Don't get mad.
I'm so pissed, man. God, I was like, this would be the best replacement for the mistakes that they made, but whatever. But
Titans to fix that. Seriously, the DeAndre Hopkins thing, it's not 100%, but it's a little bit forgiven if you get CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. It's a little bit forgiven, and not just for the fans, but for Watson. He's like, oh, thank you.
A weapon, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, So Titan Hugo had a question for you, or for us, I guess. But he wants to know, and I don't know if you heard about this, but LeBron James is going to direct a documentary on the cheating scandal for the Houston Astros. So it's going to be, it's on his, so he has that network Quibi.
He's part of that, right?
Yeah, he's like an investor in it. And I was trying to find the details on it, but they're basically doing, and I guess on Quibi it comes out in short little spurts. They don't do it all. It's like 10-minute bits here and there. But they're going to do one on the cheating scandal for the Astros, directed by LeBron James, and then Maverick Carter is going to be the executive producer of it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
What if it takes off and LeBron's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm making a documentary about Hitler, and I'd be like, what? Like, wait a minute.
What I don't understand is I feel like it's too soon for this. Because there could be more that comes out, and then you have an incomplete documentary, right?
That's wild. He's a big Yankee fan, though, isn't he? LeBron?
I think he's he's a Yankees fan. You're right, but I think he's a fan of whatever city he's playing in, too.
Was true. I wonder if he's doing this, though, just to get MLB to come down harder on the Red Sox, maybe. Maybe that's his only, as a Yankee fan, maybe that's his mission. But no, it is too soon, because we don't know. Like, let's wait till we get more shit out there to know what's. I mean, dude, they just did the Chris Benoit documentary like a month ago.
Did you watch it? Did you watch it?
Oh my God, did I watch it? Holy shit, dude! It's horrific. It is. Really? It is. They said this dude, because of all the. First off, his finisher, the headbutt off the top rope, the flying head drop. The first guy who did it was some dude in the 60s who's now, if he's still alive, he's just permanently in a wheelchair.
Vegetable.
And he told every wrestler, don't do that fucking move. Don't do that move. Ruined my body. And another guy did it that Benoit idolized, some Canadian wrestler in the 70s, and it fucked him up too. And so they said that combined with all the chair shots he took, they said, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Benoit's CTE damage was worse than Aaron Hernandez. Worse.
Really?
Worse. And you believe it when you, dude, they go into when the fucking cops found his son and wife. It's fucked. On his computer, he was Googling a Bible passage on how to resurrect his dead son. Like, that was one of the last things he Googled. It is fucking, yeah. It's
what?
That yes, and it gets even funnier. I'm kidding. No, but it's, and that's not even the punchline. Wait till you get real.
This is just, it wasn't a swear word, but holy shit.
Yeah. And it gets way funnier than that, if you can imagine.
Dude, that would be.
It's horrific, bro. It is.
I don't know that I can. There was a Netflix documentary on some kid that I guess was abused, and I couldn't watch it. It was something Gonzalez or something like that. I don't remember what it was. It was
my girlfriend saw it. If any kid gets murdered, she's watching that documentary.
Big fan or what?
Yeah, big fan of murder shit. That's all she like.
Big fan of murdered children, like.
That's talk about pro wrestling, but she's been watching Dark Side of the Ring. She's like, "Oh, Jimmy Superfly Snuka killed his girlfriend. Oh, I can't wait to see this." Like that's.
I don't understand why women are so fascinated with murder. My wife.
Yeah,
she won't sit down and watch The Big Bang Theory. She won't sit down. It's anything that has to do with murder or fixing up a house. And I really think that there's a correlation between the two. That it just dawned on me that like, okay, I see what's going on here, bitch. You're gonna kill me, and then you're gonna remodel, and they're never gonna find me.
And then you're gonna be buried somewhere in the drywall. That's
I'm gonna be in a wall, and then one day they're gonna remodel again 40 years from now, and then it's just gonna be me.
Like Han Solo frozen in carbon. The fuck was in No.
Frozen in sheetrock.
She's 4 feet away making lunch, so I feel I'm probably gonna get this. But like I'm telling you right now, the ultimate show, and the ratings would go through the roof with her. Okay, this is what she would watch: transgender little people serial killers. That's it. That puts together everything she watched. She has to watch every stupid fucking show with people. Like that's on TLC. TLC used to be the learning channel. I don't need to learn about this many little people.
It's the loser channel. Why are you watching that?
And then she'll watch anything about little people, anything about drag queens, anything about killing. That's it.
Bro, well, I feel like, and I don't want to offend any little people.
No.
Let me get this one, because I'm going to have to put money in here myself.
Look, I'm not going to document Mexicans, and I'm Mexican. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to see a fucking. I don't want to watch a show.
Don't you think it would be hard to be a serial killer as a little person?
No, way easier.
What?
Way easier. Are you kidding? They never see you coming. Are you kidding? They never see you coming. You are, dude. Every murder is the most. You are legend serial killer. Every murder is the most graphic thing possible. It's either the prostitute from 7 or you're getting a knife right up your nuts. Like, either way. Are you kidding?
Everybody's stabbed in the asshole. They just bleed out.
Most brutal killing you could imagine. I disagree 100%.
The asshole slayer.
Yeah, that is
stabbing people in the asshole. Like, we don't know why, but he must really hate poop because this guy's out here just stabbing people in the butthole. It's crazy.
No, a little person would make the most amazing serial killer. I think that would be that must watch. Again, that's another one you call Marv Albert in. You call in Marv Albert to call that.
If there was like a little, he's the Spud Webb of serial killers. You got the Michael Jordan and the Spud Webb, the Muggsy Bogues of.
This dude's winning a dunk competition? Holy wow!
Dunking this knife in your asshole. Plump, plump.
Make the best.
Dude, that would be. I just feel like though, as a little, you would almost have to shoot everybody because I feel like I could beat up a little person. I feel like I'm not a great fighter, but I feel like if one tried to like jump on my back, huh?
No shit, you could. Stop it. You feel like that's like me going. I feel like I could beat up an 8-year-old. I think I could.
But what I'm saying is, like, if they're like, I'm gonna murder Barry, and then they're like, ah, and they jump on your back, you just give it the old like that. You just shut them off. It's gonna be hard. Like, I feel like it would have to involve a gun, and that's loud. That's noisy. That brings witnesses.
You get the knife right to the crotch. There's nothing you can do that. First, hear the footsteps, and you're looking up. You're looking eye level. Right? Like, who's coming? And they're like it's it. Like I'm telling you that. No, I'm telling you.
Oh my God, we're going to hell. That is too.
Of course.
Oh my God.
We're gonna be the first 2 victims. Some little person's like, all right, motherfuckers, I'll show you.
I got you. Ding dong. Be like in the movies and shit when you're like in a comedy when you go to enter the front door and you're like, there's nobody here. Oh.
He puts that little knocker like Pee Wee Herman did on Francis's house. The automatic knocker. Yeah.
My wife would be so happy. She'd be like, "Oh, I hope this is a documentary. I'd love to watch it."
Oh, she'd produce. She'd film it. She'd film it and send that shit to.
Oh my god. Have you done any? I got to do the improv this weekend. Yep. Is there anything on the horizon for you as far as gigs on stage?
I apologize. Get the jar. No. Fuck no. There's got to be a vaccination flowing through these fucking veins before I'm setting foot on any fucking club. I don't care. Oh, it's fun. No. No. There has got to be no. This is going to have to be over, not beginning. Not still in the maybe early phases before I test any of that. No way.
You did. I mean, when I tweeted about it, I will say I really only heard from one person about it, and it was you. And you were, and I appreciate it, but you were like, "Look, man, don't fuck around. Just wait in the car, get in, go on stage, do your shit, get out.
Maybe even bring your own mic because someone's been breathing in that fucking thing." There it is.
When I started the show, I was talking about the improv, and I was like, they had a mic for everybody. I was like, this is the universal sign for blowjobs and microphones. And it's really weird when you see two dudes on a chat. If there's somebody at home with captioning off that's deaf,
mute.
What kind of chat is this? And what's really weird is people that do comedy like this. That's when you know that's an amateur. That's like, I love comedy.
Extra money on the side. This one is making.
I would work alone, but comedy's so great. Oh my god! By the way, Eric Resendez, thank you, homie, for the super chat, man. He said, "Barry, I would pay $40 to watch that fight." Yeah, you would pay $40 to watch me losing it, murdered by a little person. Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much, asshole.
I think there's gonna have to be way more because I'm too. Look. Part of me was like, when I saw you post, I'm like, oh, good, maybe things are coming back. But then again, today or a few hours ago, they announced that Texas had the biggest spike in one day, and it's like, maybe this is. And look, I am not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of staying at home. I don't like it. But I think sadly, we might have been in more of a South Korea zone if we just locked all of our shit down in February like we were all supposed to and didn't have morons protesting and being like, but I want to go to 31 flavors. I'm a slave. It's like, no, you're not. You have Netflix. You have internet. You're not a slave. You chicken shit weakling piece of human garbage. You're not a fucking slave. It's
very aggressive.
Just saying. It's just, you think any slave around would be like, oh yeah, just the same. Boy, yeah, we had it just the same. Man, you guys, maybe worse. Maybe you guys have it worse. Wow. I couldn't imagine not going to a Fuddruckers on a Wednesday anymore. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. That's what it's just.
We do tend to get a little, and I say we, I'm meaning white people, because I feel like that's who would say that.
Look, and to all your white listeners, you know I love white people. I'm in love with one. I have.
You stealing our women? Fuck, Jerry. First you come over here and you take our jobs, and now you're taking our women, bro.
Andale, cabrón. But I have white blood flowing in these veins. I'm not 100% Mexican. There's some white. Okay. But the white people national anthem needs to be, our rights are being infringed upon. That is the favorite phrase now. That's what I've learned, is white people's favorite phrase. What I've learned during COVID-19 are, you're infringing on our rights. Shut up.
Like,
go fuck off.
No one's fucking with your rights. They're trying to save your life. They're literally
around you.
Yeah.
Your grandmother, your grandma, your wife, your kids if you have them, your family.
That's the thing, is we joke about it, but I think people need to understand that I don't think there's this big conspiracy by the government or by Big Pharma or anybody else. I think that they're just trying to avoid a disaster. They're trying to avoid another Spanish flu or bubonic plague or some shit where you're like, 3 million people died.
But the thing is, it's already 90,000. We're already in disaster. Let's not make it worse. That's it. This isn't fake. This isn't a fucking hoax. It's like look. Okay. Are there massive corporations that have politicians in their pockets and influence law? Absolutely. Of course there are. I don't think there's an Illuminati though. I don't buy that. I don't buy that there's just some. I believe, and my buddy Eddie and I, we talk about this all the time. Life is chaos. That's it. Life is chaos. It's just a series of chaotic events. Case in point, 1 minute, I have an hour special on Netflix, right? 2 years later, my cousin calls me and says, hey, your mom's dead. Like, that's life. Yeah. Life is going to be great shit and bad shit. And a lot of times it just happens. Car crashes, things like that. Like, it just, fuck. Forrest Gump said it best, right? Shit happens. You know what I mean? Like,
wow, you just really brought this all down. Thanks, Jerry.
Sorry. But the thing is, you have to just be, all right, we're going to keep going. It's going to be okay. You don't have to blame chaos on other things. You know what I mean?
It's a great point. Titan Hugo said that's real talk, because it really is. I don't buy. Now, I do have a conspiracy theory about coronavirus, but it's not at the level like politicians. I think that the toilet paper industry,
Purell,
and the hand sanitizer industry were like, these dirty motherfuckers. Oh shit! I swear to God, they're not wiping their ass and they're not washing their hands. We're about to fold if we don't do something. What are we gonna do? Some guy was like, "Well, I was in China."
They eat bats over there. I'll eat a bat.
Let's do this shit. Let's like really. I really think that's my conspiracy, is that it was, and the mask industry, because there was one guy that was like, you know what? We're sitting on this fucking thing of mask. We got to get rid of this shit. What are we gonna do? I was like, I don't know, bro. Try this soup. He was like, what? Yes.
If you go down that rabbit hole, then if you're gonna give me that, then you're gonna also have to admit that Toby Keith was behind 9/11, because nobody benefited more than that guy. That dude's career went through the roof. After 9/11. It was every song. Don't fuck with America. Like, we're here, asshole. We love it. We're not gonna fuck with it. You're preaching to the choir. Go sing that shit. Go do a concert in the Middle East. And if you know what I mean? That's where you want to do that. We already know here. But I'm telling you though, that nobody. If we want to go there, Toby Keith behind.
The fact that you think Toby Keith was behind 9/11.
If you want to make that argument, if there's a crime, you look to who benefits. Nobody benefited more than Toby Keith. That dude.
Look, Michael Caravantes agrees for sure. Toby Keith was behind 9/11.
Before that, all he was should have been a cowboy. That was all that motherfucker had. Then 9/11 hits. That dude, every song.
He became the American. Like,
yeah.
Oh god, that's so funny.
Our sad nation turned like Simon and Garfunkel. We turned our lonely eyes to him, not Jolton Joe DeMarco. We're having gone Toby Keith. Our nation turned to.
Oh god. Okay, you win. You just out conspiracy theoried me. That is amazing. I thought for sure no one's beating toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and mask getting together.
Can I tell you my theory for how we get basketball back?
Oh, I would love to hear this.
I mentioned this on Eddie's podcast. I got to get Eddie on here, dude. I mentioned it on Eddie's podcast.
I need to get him on here. Yes, you're correct.
I'll tell you this too. Here's what I tell me to all because I'm sure you have a lot of basketball fans.
We do.
Who are watching this. Who disagrees with this idea? I want to know. Just tell me why this is a bad idea, okay? I think the NBA should have games with no empty arenas, right? Except every home arena allows one courtside seat to the loudest, most obnoxious drunk heckler from the cheap seats, right? You just give it, and you tell them, you say whatever you want. You have carte blanche. You heckle the other team. You say whatever. And who wants that? Imagine Alice at the Palace, right? But it's just players fucking up one dude in the stands. You just have, like in Philly, the guy in Philly gets slaughtered. Whoever the Philly fan is, whoever the 76er, drunk 76er fan, that dude gets murdered. That guy,
genius.
Right?
There's the guy in Philly. There's the asshole in Utah that sits underneath the basket.
Boom.
The lawyer. As soon as he calls Russell Westbrook the N-word, oh my God, Westbrook goes Michael Jordan and just starts stabbing the shit out of him. Just.
No, they do the Road Warriors finishing move. Holds him up. Westbrook does a flying clothesline. I mean, oh, dude, it would be amazing.
Somebody gets on the back of the basket, just Chris Benoit, just for the full callback. Oh my God.
Who's that? Like, imagine that guy, PJ Tucker, just elbow dropping somebody off the rim. He climbs up onto the rim and just elbow drops the guy.
Now Chan said I would watch one of the Red Rowdies get their ass beat. Which the Red Rowdies are the Rockets fans. By the way, Chan, my mom's a fucking Red Rowdy, okay? Are you wondering watch my mom get her ass whooped, bro? She's 70-something years old. Could you see that though? Like,
they just fuck up somebody's mom. They're like, oh, wow.
Just somebody's mom's a good shit talker, so they sit her in the front row. Just players just running by, bow, just jabbing this old lady in the front row.
Oh man, somebody's mom said something wrong to the Brooklyn Nets. We don't know what's going on, but they are.
Oh my God, that is too funny.
You can't do it in baseball and football because it's too big, right?
Yeah.
You can't. But I'm telling you, in NBA,
that is
right there,
perfect,
dude. Just screaming the most obnoxious. I mean, because we've all been to games. We've all heard one fan like, dude, are you trying to get everybody in this section kicked out? Like, what are you? Like, I remember, I was at a game. Oh, dude, I don't know if I told you the story. So, of course, being from Dallas, major Mavs fan, I was at a Mavs game years ago. They were playing the Timberwolves. It was when Tyronn Lue was a member. I believe Tyronn Lue was a Timberwolf at that point. This drunk dude was sitting next to us, and we actually got killer seats. We were behind the goal, right? And we were behind one of the baskets. And we were right by the Minnesota bench. Like, we could kind of see it. And this dude next to me just kept going, hey, KG, is that your little bitch with you? About Tyronn Lue. He goes, KG, you going to go fuck that little bitch after the game? Is that your little bitch you fuck? He just kept, and I'm just like, there's a kid right here. There's a 5-year-old right here. Like, enough. Like, does this matter to you that much that you have to?
Are you that invested?
Yes, it's not a playoff game. The Mavs weren't even going to make the playoffs. Do you really need to get into KG's head right now? Like, what is it was.
What, did you say anything? Because, like, I feel like at that point you have to say, like, hey, bro, there's a kid here.
Like, dude, we just kept going, dude, come on, like, enough people. And he was like, I'm mad at yo, and he would just start yelling. And finally, he got kicked out. It was just like,
yeah, you feel like people that say horrible shit. It's like the whole row has to own it. It's like somebody's like, you, and then they use the N-word, and everybody's like, yo, no, we're not with him. We don't.
Into this sad version of the dot race where you're like, well, section 214 are all racist. That's it's like, no, wait.
Time out. I don't know that guy. No.
That guy.
Fuck. It is like you feel this weird, like, okay, this is our row. It's like, I don't fucking know you people. You guys are on your own. If you say horrible shit, that's you. Don't lump me in with that shit. But that's how it is. And then they'll usually point out the wrong guy. They're like, oh, it was Jerry that said it. You're like, what?
I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't do anything. Yeah, exactly. And you all turn into that poor guy at Malice at the Palace that Ron Artest wrong. Remember the dude who was just like, no! Like that guy who you knew it wasn't him. You knew it wasn't him.
Look at the look on his face.
He didn't care at that point. Ron Artest, He was just going to punch an asshole in the stands. It didn't matter who. So, again, how great would that be?
Dude.
Like, it would be you just get the shittiest fan and you put him in there.
Have you submitted this idea to the NBA? Because I really think that this...
I need to. I got to find Adam Silver.
It's just one fan. Just the most notorious shit talker in the city.
Yes. And we put him.
What if... Now, are they gonna? Because I feel like if they're gonna just condense the NBA, like they were talking about baseball, they wanted to just put everybody in Arizona, right? They were like, okay, if everybody in baseball they go to Arizona, what's that?
Orlando is the NBA thing, right? They were thinking.
So let's do this. Everybody stays in Florida in the NBA. Everybody's in Orlando. They play games, and let's just put Bill Burr courtside. And just let Bill Burr just shit on people. Every game, I would pay money to watch the NBA.
Of course. You know what I think they should do though? This is the time for nerds to shine, man. Everything needs to be E. Just get a team of the best NBA 2K players. They represent the Rockets. You get another team that represents the 76ers, and then they play 2K20 against each other, and that counts. Like that counts. Like that. If the Mavs win the title, Luka doesn't get shit. Some little nerd from Dallas gets a ring. That should. He gets the ring.
God. They should. We talked about this though on The Usual Suspect. I think we talked about it with you, but I don't remember. But we were saying how you should do a tournament since people aren't playing, because a lot of these cats do play video games. Let them play as themselves, but play like fans or play the e-gamers and see who wins.
It'd be fun. I'd be like, it's not the same. It'll never be the same. But like, it's still nothing, and you're still getting, because like I miss sports so much. I mean, it's just I miss getting to see, but it's like, all right, let's find some clever way to do it. I'm in. You know what I mean? Let's find. I don't know, but like it's
what was the reaction? What's that?
Don't mind waiting. I'm mature enough to be able to wait another year. If it means we have a lost season, whatever. Let's just do this and do it right and make sure everybody's safe. That's the most important part.
Another year though, bro. If the UFC can get it done,
there's nobody's catching shit in chlorine. Nobody's gonna catch shit in chlorine. So we do water polo, and that's it. We just make water polo the biggest sport.
What about water basketball? They could do you could just turn all of the sports into water sports, and I'm not talking about urine. Everything becomes a water sport.
That would be great.
Polo would be. Horse racing? Oh my God! What?
You'd be like Aquaman, just a giant seahorse for friends. Right?
I don't trust seahorses, by the way. A scuba diving horse with no legs? Get out of here! I don't trust that shit.
Here's my new idea I just thought, when we bring sports back, I think the way to do it is we get those dude perfect guys. You know those dudes who throw the trick shots on
Yes. YouTube? At first I thought you were talking about the old church guys that used to rip phone books in halves for Jesus, but that's not the same thing.
Well, these guys do it for Jesus too, but they just kick a football into a trash can.
But that's just their best friend. He's Mexican. His name's Jesus. They just do it for him. I got you.
I think what we should do is, because those guys annoy the shit out of me, dude, perfect. I think what they should do is where they have to catch some trick pass, but you don't tell them that Vontaze Burfict is waiting to just dirty hit them, and then so those guys are all dead within 5 minutes, and then everybody, real sports are back, and then that's it, and then hit that. And then they hit the bum, and that's it. And it's like
the opening ceremony where someone dies. Look how we just brought it all back to murder. We go.
We let Vontaze Burfict just kill dude perfect. There's gonna be no penalty. You like dirty hits? You hit him at the dirtiest. You take him out whichever way you want. And
God, Jerry, how you don't have a job running all the sports, I'll never know. Like, you've got basketball solved. We've got the kickoff to the football season result. Like, you got an opening ceremony with murder. You've got basketball with people getting their ass whooped.
Yes. Who's not watching?
I don't know how you're not a commissioner.
Thank you. Here's the other thing, too, is women are way better street fighters than men. right?
What?
Women get way dirtier.
Oh, yes.
They're
well.
They should let the WNBA have one bench clearing brawl every game.
It's mandatory.
Not like I'm watching the fuck out of this. This is that.
Wow.
Hockey would be done. Nobody would give a shit about hockey ever again. The WNBA would destroy hockey because you get a better sport in basketball. You get, and you still have phenomenal athletes who are playing it, but you also let them fuck each other up and fight dirty. No.
Penalty box of the WNBA? Bro.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And it would be like a random, like whoever's on the court at that time, you just pick a random moment in the game. Maybe it's fan or a raffle. And it's like you pick a quarter and a time. So they draw numbers. It's like 3 minutes into the third quarter, and whoever's on the floor, fight.
Right.
God, Jerry. I would watch the WNBA because of that.
Women are better brawlers because if two dudes get into a barroom brawl, right, their thoughts are, okay, I don't want to lose. I have to be a gentleman. I can't fight dirty. Women are like, oh, I'm going to win. She wants to fuck with me. I'm winning. Like, that's it.
They open with like a puss punch, and then they grab hair. By the way, I have to stop real quick. Tyler McKee. Bro, Tyler, I don't know what just happened, but thank you for the $137 super chat, my man.
Look at Tyler.
Unbelievable. He put, well, that escalated quickly. 337 live is the highest I saw, and I'm a man of my word. Just call it a fee for the sex ed lessons for my kids. Great job getting the word out, deckheads.
That's good, buddy.
Bro, Tyler, I'm writing your name down, pal. There's a special place. I'm doing something special for you, Tyler. That's unbelievable, man. Thank you so much, Tyler. That's just absolutely insane.
Man, that's awesome.
Unbelievable. Damn it, dude. It is 3:55. It is time. That fucking flew by.
That was a blast, buddy. Thanks for having me.
Dude, I had so much fun. Thank you for being here. And people are like, I need to bring you back. Of course I'm bringing Jerry back. What are you kidding me?
Thank you.
We're going to do this.
When you're done watching Barry on Deck, then hop over to my YouTube channel, watch some of my Retro Rocha videos. Check me out on Twitch.
Please go subscribe. What is the YouTube? I'm going to put it on the screen for people as well.
Yeah. You know what's sad is I don't even know. How do I find my YouTube URL? Just go to YouTube, type Barry Rocha, Rocha, and let me see if I can actually find like where on YouTube it tells me what
You're so bad at this. How are you not prepared for this, Jerry?
Oh, because that's why I'm here.
All right, I just put underneath, I got the twitch.tv Retro Rocha. Search Jerry Rocha on YouTube. You guys, Jerry isn't just funny for an hour on Barry on Deck. This dude is hilarious on his Twitch, on his YouTube. I've watched the YouTube videos. I've commented on them because they're hysterical. Please go and support him because he is absolutely hilarious.
I do one last shameless plug.
Absolutely.
I have 3 comedy albums out there. You can either go pick them up on iTunes. If you're on Spotify, Pandora, all that shit. I got 3 hours of comedy out there in the ether. If you enjoyed this, check me out. Thank you so much. Love you, brother.
I love you too, man. I appreciate you, buddy.
Yes, if you go do another show, you stay in your car, you walk in there like fucking Bubble Boy. You know what I mean? You come in a bubble, you grab the mic, and yes.
I will.
Until it's over. And everybody, I hope you all stay safe. Seriously, all of you, be safe out there. Texas is getting kind of dicey, so be safe. Be safe as much as possible.
Jerry, I appreciate you, buddy.
Yep. See you next time,
You are the
buddy.
best. Hey, we're going to do this again soon. Thank you so much for joining me, man. Jerry Rocha, you guys, go follow him on Twitter or on the YouTubes and the Twitches. Make sure you do that. He is outstanding. Please support him. And listen, Tyler, again, buddy, thank you so much for your kindness and your generosity. That was amazing. Everybody that sent me a gift via the chat, a super chat, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I promise you all, I am doing nothing but investing it back into this show. I promise you that. So the money that the Patreon, the shirts, your kindness through the chat, I'm buying and paying and doing things to make this show even better. We're gonna get the word out to everybody. But you deckheads, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody that got here today, if this was your first time, thank you for checking it out. Tomorrow on the show, I have another comedian joining me at 3 o'clock. Matthew Broussard is going to join me. He was on Guy Code on MTV. He has 2 Comedy Central specials already. His 3rd one drops tomorrow. He's got some new material on Comedy Central that's going to drop tomorrow. He's got MondayPunday.com, which is hilarious. He's a funny dude. He's a smart dude. You're going to love Matthew just like you enjoyed Jerry Rocha. Guys, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for the continued support. This has been amazing. You know how we do. Tomorrow, I will see you guys again. 2 o'clock. Tell a friend, please.